Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So I've had a few requests to see my Hobonichi cousin, so I thought I would just show like a little bit of it today. So I have been asked if this is a like de-ringed Filofax. It is not. It's actually just like a Filofax folio, so it's meant for like notebooks, and it fits Hobonichi like cousin perfectly. It's actually like got so much more space that you could probably fit two in. I've definitely like managed to fit my Stalogy in there as well. Let me just show you guys. It's very wide. If I could get this out. So I'll just put it on top so you guys can see. Actually, I would have to take the pens out, but you can see that it does fit. So yeah, when this starts like chunking up and gets really thick, it's going to be no problem to continue having it in here. There's, you know, so much space. Excuse me. Sorry, my desk is a little bit, not messy, but covered in pens right now because I'm trying to like wash all my fountain pens out. But yeah, anyway, I generally just keep like a few different like fountain pens in here and a few normal, like few other pens. And then I've just got a bunch of stickers that I'm hoping to kind of somehow use. They're not really stickers that I would generally use in like my planning so much. So yeah, I just have them, like these script ones, I just have them in here. And in the back, I just have like some of this old Erin Condren note paper, just because. So the way I have it, and I've got mine in like a Lauren Phelps Designs cover, is I tuck it in behind there and then in here. Now, if I put something else in here, like some paper or whatever, it would keep it more secure. But at the moment, if I was to carry this around, it kind of does slip out like of the back bit here, which doesn't really bother me, to be honest. But yeah, if there was something a little bit more like it would make it tight if I had like tucked more paper in here or something. So anyway, the front cover, like I said, the clear vinyl cover is from Lauren Phelps Designs, and I just have this like gift wrap paper underneath that I've had for like really long time. I just love it. And then a vinyl with my name on it, which you can't really see against this paper, but anyway. And then I just have like, I haven't really done anything creative inside, to be honest. Just tucked in some of like this leftover foil, and then I've got like a few vinyl cards. It's just like plastic card with a vinyl on there. So let me show you how I am using. So basically I haven't touched, even like, don't even look at this, because this is not my planner. I'm not using this for like any planning whatsoever. It's purely like memory keeping and journaling, and like creativity and art. So I don't need this overview calendar at all. This section I am going to use, it's going to be more like an index. So excuse me, for example, here I've written cinnamon buns because I have the recipe on that page. So that's kind of how I'm going to use it. Not every single day is going to get like, you know, an entry, but if there's something that I know that I will want to refer back to, or something kind of significant that I've journaled about, then I will just make a note of it so that I know exactly which day or which page I can find that on. So that's how I'm going to use that. And then it goes straight into the monthly. So I didn't use December, and I was trying to figure out how, like, what would be the best way for me to use the monthly, because I do already do this kind of memory keeping in my Stalogy. So I have this like sticky note here from Muji. It's like a vellum clear thing, and I was thinking like, could I do like a word a day? But so I was basically using this as measurements, so you can see like that is how much space I would have, and it just seemed really tight. I was just trying like lots of different ways, you know, like if I wrote the word up here, how much space would I have? What if I went like, you know, I tried even like going across, like if I went across the whole page. Anyway, I just wasn't, it just was going to end up looking very squashed, and so for now this is how I'm using it. But I have been like asking people on Instagram how they use theirs, and I've got a few different ideas. So I think from next month, or even from this month onwards, I might not do like a sticker every day. I might do like one day I might do a little doodle, one day I might do like a word of the day, but a very short definition, like not something that has so much writing. Some like I might do like the weather. So I'm going to kind of play around with this, because I don't really want to replicate this like kind of style, even though I am trying to use different things. So like in my Stalogy, the things that I'm putting down that I'm grateful for, I'm kind of using a different gratitude on this page. So I guess, you know, you can never have too many things that you're thankful for. But yeah, I would like to try and change up how I use this. So if you guys have any ideas, please do let me know. I'm not going to do like gratitude, because again, I do that in my Stalogy and I want to keep that in my Stalogy. Also, I don't want to do anything that requires too much writing, because I do feel like it ends up then, I think if you've got one box of writing, it's fine. But if you've got box after box of like writing, for me, that's going to look very squashed up. So yeah, let me know. And that's the monthly, and then the weeklies. I have covered a few things up here with these like sticky notes. So basically I started using it off before I even started doing the monthlies. This was the end of December, so the 28th to the 30th. This was like kind of the first thing I did in this planner. I just wanted to play around with the weekly and see like how could I use it. You know, so I started off kind of memory keeping, a few stickers, and then unless I'm like doing this as the day goes on, this is just not going to work out for me. I don't really remember like breakdown of our day in enough detail to write it down. I know I could make a note of it in my Stalogy, but I also am not like, you can't really fit my size handwriting, you can't really fit much in. Like I find the columns are quite narrow, so I was struggling to like, yeah, just fit things in with stickers. And then if I'm doing it like top and bottom, I just feel like it's taking up too much space. So anyway, I gave it a go. It didn't really work for me, and it's kind of a shame, because the part of the attraction for me to this like version of the cousin, as opposed to the day free one, was obviously the weekly layout. But it turns out I'm probably not going to even use it, because I don't really know what to use it for. I was thinking like I might give like time blocking a go, because I was obviously reading that book about time blocking from Penguin. So yeah, maybe in a few weeks, like a couple of weeks or whatever, I can try that out, you know, like just blocking off time. But for now, I'm just using it for my scripture study. So I did decide to just write across the columns, because like I said, these are very narrow for me. There's no way I could just write in, you know, in them. And then I did get some people say you could turn it around and write this way, which is also a great idea. My brain just doesn't really work like that, to be honest. Like I'm a very vertical person, so when I look at the page, I don't want to have to be turning it around. So yeah, I'm just doing my scripture study in here at the moment. I haven't really got much at all. This is literally it. But I really enjoyed it, and I was kind of playing around with like writing all the way across, and then I was using like just 2 columns, and I was using 3 columns up there. So just kind of seeing like how it all looks and what's the best kind of layout. So yeah, I kind of like this. The lines like underneath, the grid lines and the column lines are quite dark. Like obviously I'm used to Astrology, which has very like faint and pale kind of grid compared to the Hobonichi. So in that sense, when you're writing it is it's a little bit difficult because you can see the lines so definitively, I guess. But yeah, I kind of like it. I'm gonna just continue, but it is a shame that I haven't found another use for the weeklies. I didn't really think it through at the time when I was thinking I would like it, just that I knew I really liked the weekly layout and how, you know, everybody else was kind of like using it, and I thought I'd be able to do something with it in, you know, like as a weekly, but I haven't yet found a way. So yeah, that's kind of a shame, but that is that. And then the next section after all the weeklies, you get so you've had the monthlies, weeklies, and then you get the daily pages. So this is just like before the daily pages start, it says turning the page to a new year. And I did see there was, you know, a few people doing this 20 good things that happened in 2020. So I have covered up a few personal things, but yeah, I just played around with some like brush pens and wrote a few things that I was grateful for. And now I want to show you the very first, like, other than, so the very first thing I did in this cousin was play around with this. And then when it came to using the daily pages, the very first mark that I made in here, I want to show you guys, is I thought I'm going to practice some brush lettering, and this is what happened. So I was like practicing how to write January, and I smudged this so badly. This is a Tombow soft brush pen, and I was, you know what, it kind of just gave me the freedom to be okay with making a mess in here, because everybody knows that like first mark that you make on your planner is like, you know, a bit daunting, and you want it to be perfect, you don't want it to be like messed up. But for me, it's the best thing that could have happened, because my plan for this is not to be like all neat and tidy, and it's to be creative and try things and make mistakes. And yeah, so it was great. It just gave me the freedom to relax. And yeah, I just marked it here saying, you know, either don't use this pen again or let it dry because it's very wet. But yeah, that's what I did first. And then I did also go back and just fill in like how we spent New Year's Eve. I was trying out some of these new like glitter gel pens. They are so, oopsie, so sparkly, which is not really coming across, I see. Then, sorry, I have like covered up a few things on here, so why is that blurry? There we go. So then yeah, this is how I'm using it. I am just kind of journaling, writing a few things about our day, writing a few goals. I wrote 2021, 2 things I'd like to learn, things like that. Yeah, I don't have a plan for this. I just pick it up in the evenings, and if I feel like writing, I write. If I feel like just painting, I paint. If I feel like doing nothing, I just leave the page and go. So far I have been quite good in that I have been writing every day. So here's that cinnamon buns recipe. It's like the 5th, which is, you know, what it says on the index page here. There you go, the 5th. So if I'm looking for that recipe, I know it's on this page. But yeah, then I was just doing like a little bit of my very first cinnamon bun. I am not like an artist. I don't draw, I don't really paint things. I'm more like an abstract painter. So it was quite fun. I used like a YouTube class to do that. Art class for kids, I think. Yeah, and then some more like just journaling, writing stuff like back to school, and did some like watercoloring here and stuck like one of those white stickers on there, and again just wrote some more. Here again, didn't really have much to write, so I was just jotting things down about our day, and like we went to the woods and I wrote woods, but I didn't like that. I wasn't happy with the way I like lettered that, so I thought I'm gonna just give it another go. And yeah, I just painted a few trees, more brush lettering. You can see that the watercolor on here did actually come through to this page as well, so I do need to figure out which ones do that, because not all of them do that. And then again here, more watercoloring. And what happened here was I like did the watercoloring, and then I wrote the top bit of it in a fountain pen, and then I changed pens. But when I then watercolored this, it kind of bled through, like the water went through the page, and it kind of smeared my writing there. So yeah, just learning like how to work with this paper as well is kind of a bit of a learning curve, but it's okay because it's just my private journal. Nobody's going to see it, nobody's going to, you know, it's not for anybody to judge. But yeah, just having fun with my watercolors. So this day I didn't really have anything much to write, so I just kind of played with some watercolors, and I am happy to just leave this page like blank, like there's no pressure, because I know there are days where I feel more creative than others, and so I will just go through and find any blank pages that I've left, and you know, like draw in them or paint them or whatever. So if there's a day where I feel like I just don't want to do anything with this page, I'm okay to just move on, and then I will come back to this and fill it out if I want, or not. Like I will just leave it, use it like to brush letter or whatever. So yeah, here I have just left that for now, and I might come back and do stuff with that. I might stick some pictures in there, or I might just leave it as it is. And then I don't know if I can share that. Let me try and cover that up. This was yesterday, and I just no kind of like watercoloring or anything on that, just a bit of journaling. And then this I did last night as well, so I was just feeling like a little bit creative, so I pulled up some images on Pinterest and just used some watercolors and then a pen. And yeah, so now this is ready to be written on if I have anything to write today, and if I don't, that's fine. There's something on there and I will just move on. So yeah, that is literally it. I don't do any like, you know, I don't do anything in the days ahead. Like I'll only do like the next day if I'm sitting down and I have some time anyway. But I'm not going to go ahead and just kind of paint loads and loads of pages, because I do have a separate like watercolor pad if I wanted to do that. But yeah, that's kind of it. And at the back I just got pages for like pen testing and brush letter, like brush pen testing. So yeah, I am really enjoying this. Like I love the space to be creative, and just having like this Tombow paper is amazing. It just, the watercolor is very different when you watercolor on Astrology. Like the blending you get is great. So yeah, I love it. I will probably try to share a little bit more as I continue using it, but again, I will probably have to cover up some of the pages. I hope you guys don't mind. So that is it, guys. That is my Hobonichi Cousin. It sits on my desk with my like just watercoloring and brush pens, and every evening I'll kind of just take it, you know, either like on the sofa or on my bed and just sit and either just write or paint, whatever I'm in the mood for. So let me know if you guys are also using a Hobonichi in a similar way, if you're using it not for planning but for like journaling, creativity. Yeah, this was highly inspired by Simone. I will leave a link to her channel below. My inspiration for getting a Hobonichi, there were quite a few people, but definitely the way she has used hers has inspired me. So thank you so much for watching, guys. I will see you in my next video. Take care. Bye.